So now we are getting started with the second case study of our pre-March 2026 mock exam. This is GT Technology Company, very small case study, and I can see from the very first question itself that this is going to test me on the variances. So GT Technology Company is one of the established smartphone manufacturers in Zealand. The board of directors have been concerned about the future outlook for the company given a rapidly changing industry landscape with increasing number of smartphone manufacturers from both local and abroad market players. With the recent rapid economic recovery in the region after a long downturn due to a global pandemic, the sales and marketing team have been adopting an aggressive strategy such as aggressive promotion campaign and selling competitive pricing strategy, attempting to broaden their market presence in Zealand. So the board is reviewing the sales performance of the company in the past year based on the following information. So this is our actual and budgeted market size in terms of units. This is our volume of sales, budget and actual both. Per unit, we are given with the standard and actual variable cost, fixed cost, as well as the selling price. The company applies marginal costing for all of its variances. So with this information that's been given to me that the company is using marginal costing, I get to know which number am I going to use in my variance calculations. Will it be standard profit or will it be standard contribution?
Standard contribution.
It will be contribution. Whenever the company says marginal costing, we say contribution. And whenever the company will use which costing, then we will take the profit.
Absorption.
Absorption costing, then we take the profits. Absolutely. So the very first requirement wants you people to calculate the market share variance. Now we have studied two kinds of variances. One is market size, one is market share. Which one is planning and which one is operational? Market share, market size, which is planning and which is operational?
Market size is planning, market share is operational.
Absolutely right. Market size is planning and share is operational. So in operational variances, which two numbers do we have to compare? Which two numbers do we have to compare, guys?
Revised budget and actual.
Revised budget and actual are the three figures that we have. But when it comes to the share variance, which two numbers are we concerned with? For every operational variance that you people are calculating out of these three, budget, actual, and revised, which two of the numbers will you compare?
Actual and revised.
Actual with the revised. And whenever you are comparing for the planning variance, which two numbers? Planning will be for which two numbers?
Budgeted and revised.
Yes, the original budget with the revised. Absolutely. These are the two comparisons which we are going to draw. Now let's do our calculations. We are given with the information. Now I know that with respect to the market share, I basically I'm going to compare what is my actual sales quantity like, what my revised quantity is like, and then the difference I will now multiply because I got to know that the company is using marginal costing. I will multiply that difference with the standard contribution per unit. So let's see the given information. We are being told that the market size is 1.5 million. That is what we had budgeted. And the actual was 1.95. And the volume which we have had is this much. So how are we going to come to our revised figures? Actual we know, original budget we know. But can you let me know how we will get to our revised figures? How can we calculate our revised figures?
We will calculate the same market share for the actual market size.
Right, absolutely. So when we were thinking that the total market was going to be worth 1.5 million number of units, we were budgeting to sell 2,40,000 units. So 2,40,000 divided by 1.5 million. This is how much share of the market we wanted to obtain. Similarly, now we will find out that with the actual market coming to this particular number, how much should our revised number look like? So 1950 triple zero. So that means 312,000. This is how much we should have actually sold. So I should have sold 312, but how much did I actually sell? I sold 200,000 only. So will my variance be favorable or adverse?
Adverse.
It will be an adverse variance, even though you can see that in the options also, but logically it should also be clear to you people that you were supposed to sell 312, but you have only sold 200,000. Is everyone with me on the calculation of 312,000? Yes, okay. Now we draw the comparison between both of these numbers. 312, from this you take away 200,000. So you get 112,000 units which you have sold lesser. In this, you are going to multiply your standard contribution. So the standard contribution will be 650 is your selling price and your variable cost is 340. So my contribution is selling price minus variable cost. So 650 minus 340. This difference is going to give me my final answer, which will be 3,472,000 adverse. Fairly easy. Should we move to the next one, guys? Any doubts, please let me know. Can I get some more confirmations? You're all with me? Okay. Now let's move forward to the second question basis this case study. They're asking me for the market size variance also now. So you people were telling me size is my planning variance, and what two numbers do I compare in my planning? I compare my original budget with my revised budget. So revised budget we had just calculated in the previous part. It was 312,000. 312,000 is what our revised budget looked like, and according to my actual budget I was thinking to sell 2,40,000 number of units. Now being able to sell more or less number of units, now here we were thinking we will only be able to sell 240, but the market got bigger. Market gave us an opportunity to sell 312,000 number of units. So will this be a favorable or an adverse variance for the company?
Favorable.
This is favorable because the market is giving you the opportunity to sell more. So how much favorable? You take the difference between your revised figure of 312 and the original budgeted figure of 240,000. So this gives you 72,000 more number of units that the market is giving you an opportunity to sell. Again, here now you will multiply this figure with your standard contribution. So it's 650 minus 340. So this is going to give you your final answer as 2232 favorable. Clear? Should I take you to the next one? Okay, so here is the question number 3, which is asking you to calculate the sales price variance. Guys, what is my main focus? What exactly am I trying to find out when I'm calculating my sales price variance? What is the core idea or the concept behind the sales price variance?
Actual price versus budgeted price.
Yes, I want to see how much I lost out or gained extra because of charging a lower or higher selling price than I had thought. So I will compare what my standard price was. I was thinking I will sell the goods at 650, but I was only able to sell the goods at 600. So good thing or a bad thing? Will my answer be favorable or adverse? Adverse because the selling price, yes, we are selling it at a lesser price. Now, what do? The formula that we have learned is you take the price difference and you multiply that by the actual quantity that you have sold. So 650, 600 is what you have sold. You should have sold for 650. Take this difference and multiply with your actual sales volume of 200,000 number of units. So this is going to come out to 10 million adverse. This is what I will mark as my final answer. All good? Should we head to the second question basis this case study? Yes, the second last question of this case study. Okay. Which of the following commentary best describes the sales performance of the company in last 1 year? So in last 1 year, we have basically calculated two variances. My share variance has declined. That means operationally, the market expanded, but I was not able to sell more number of units. So my performance hasn't been very good. Size-wise, the market got bigger. So the market is giving me opportunities. I could have sold this much more than what I originally thought. Selling price variance is also adverse, telling me that what I had thought I will be able to sell at, I was not able to sell at the price which I was thinking. I had to lower down my prices. So which commentary is going to best describe the performance of the company? Read through all of these and let me know which one do you think will be the most appropriate way to describe the sales performance. First statement says that the aggressive strategy of sales and marketing team has become effective. Do you think this can be our answer?
No, ma'am.
No, because the performance has been bad. Aggressive policy adapted is not effective. This is what has happened. This can be my answer, but to be sure, I will check the other options also. Sales volume performance was mainly attributable to factors beyond the control of sales and marketing team. Can I say that?
No.
Why? Because when I found out about my volume performance, when I do the split, I found out that the planning variance was favorable, but the operational variance was adverse. That means the people who had control, the operation people who had control, they did not do the things properly. So it was not because of the factors beyond their control. Factors beyond their control was the planning variance, which came out to be favorable. So the third statement cannot be correct. And the fourth statement says that the sales volume performance has outperformed compared to the budget in all aspects. This is absolutely rubbish. We have sold lesser number of units than we were thinking, and the price is also bad. So the last statement also cannot be my answer. So it has to be option B. Are you all with me? Should I take you to the last question basis this case study now? Okay, great. So here we have the last question. Which two of the following variances are most likely to reflect the responsibility area of the sales and marketing team of the company? So which are basically the factors which will be under the control of the company? That is what you people have to find out. Think and let me know. Two of them we have to select here. Okay, I'm getting the answers. Most of you say it will be option 1 and 4. 1 is your market share variance. We already know share is our operational variance. It has to be in our control. And the last is the price variance. We decide what the selling price is going to be. If you talk about the size variance, size is a planning variance. Planning is not in our control. And if you talk about volume variance is the sum total of share and size. So if size is not in our control, I cannot say that the volume will be in my control. So my answers have to be option 1 and 4. All clear, guys? Understood this case study? Okay, great.